Hi everyone, and welcome to this video about Invisalign, where we'll discuss the 10 commandments of wearing Invisalign aligners. Firstly, when do you change your aligners over? Well, we would ask you in general to change your aligners to new aligners every 2 weeks, as long as you are wearing your aligners full time. And full time means 20 to 22 hours a day, taking them out only for eating and tooth cleaning. If you wear them less than 18 hours in a day, your teeth will move in the direction we want for 18 hours and then backward for the next 6 hours that you don't have it in for, so you get about half a day's benefit at most from it. Basically, if you drop below 18 hours a day, you need to add another day to the entire process, and even at 18 hours a day, it doesn't work as well. If you're going to get a great result with Invisalign, you need to wear your aligners constantly. If there's any stage in your treatment where you can change your aligners more often than 2 weekly, we will tell you. What happens if you don't wear your aligners enough? Well, here you'll see the picture at the bottom. There are some teeth that are not fully fitting into the aligner. There's an air gap between the aligner and the teeth. So clearly the aligner is not gripping the teeth well enough to be able to move them. But this is generally what happens if you don't wear your aligners well. Any less than full-time wear, 22 hours a day, will mean your treatment will take longer. We can't control how much you wear your aligners for. It will mean your treatment will not give you a good result. And to get your treatment back on track may mean extra scans, time and cost. Thirdly, it's a good idea to keep all your old aligners. If you keep all your old aligners, the ones you've finished wearing as well, in a packet somewhere, we'll probably never ask to see them. However, there can be occasions where you lose some aligners, go away on holidays and forget to take your aligners with you, and your teeth fall backwards. Sometimes we can use one of the old aligners to get treatment back on track. So please keep all your old aligners. At the very least, we ask you to keep the aligners prior to the ones you're currently wearing. So the one previous set at least is a good idea, so that we have a fallback plan if you were to lose your current set. What about irritations from aligners? You can trim your aligners lightly with a nail file or an emery board if you find they're causing you any irritations. This is extremely rare. It rarely happens at all. Maybe 1 in 100 aligners might be a little bit irritating, maybe even less than that. And if it's the case, we can trim them for you, but it's probably a simple job to do just with a nail file or emery board. The chances of anybody having an allergic reaction to aligners is less than 1 in a million, so that's pretty rare. And people ask questions naturally enough about speaking. Adaptation is easy and generally takes less than 2 days. The only reason that speaking with aligners in becomes difficult is if you don't have your aligners in. I've had patients who sing for a living who sing with their aligners in. I've had patients who are newsreaders who read the news with their aligners in. Many people in the public eye wear aligners and do not have problems with speaking. Therefore, this is not a problem for anybody. In the first hour that you do have aligners in your mouth for the first time, you will find you salivate more because your body thinks that something new in your mouth is food and it turns your salivary glands on. However, after an hour your body decides that it's not food anymore and you stop salivating as much. So for 1 hour you will salivate more. So what do you do if aligners don't fit? And here again you'll see that non-fitting aligners, there's air gaps between the teeth on lots of teeth. Well, the first thing to do is to call immediately. Let us know and don't keep changing aligners. The problem will not magically get better. We have to do something to fix it up. What about if you feel your aligners are loose? Well, just because the aligners feel loose, don't change them. They may be loose because you're not wearing them well enough and they're not fitting in the first place, but they may be loose for good reason. And I use the analogy of Jane Fonda, the movie star and exercise guru who made popular the phrase no pain, no gain. Many people expect that orthodontic treatment will cause them pain and discomfort, and when it doesn't cause them pain and discomfort, they think it's not doing anything, and they want to change their aligners because the aligners aren't feeling tight and uncomfortable. That is not actually what is correct. What happens when you first put an aligner in is it accelerates your teeth to move to a new direction, just as if you were to jump into a car and accelerate from 0 to 60 kilometers an hour. However, once you're up and traveling at 60 kilometers an hour, you don't really feel it. So moving your tooth is the same thing. We want to accelerate it by putting a new aligner in up to speed and then spend the time traveling the distance before we need to push the accelerator again. What about attachments? Attachments are little tooth-coloured pieces of plastic that are glued onto the teeth and are removed at the finish. Invisalign treatment does not mean just wearing the pieces of plastic, the aligners themselves. Very frequently we add tooth-coloured attachments to your teeth, either on the inside of the teeth or on the outside, front and back teeth. Quite commonly these are placed on front teeth. We keep this process to an absolute minimum, but you need to understand and accept that we do this for the best of reasons, to actually get your teeth really straight. If you don't have attachments, you will not have straight teeth if attachments are required. How long will your treatment last? This will clearly vary from person to person. When you get your aligners, there will be a total number on the packaging. But don't take that number as the absolute final number. In about 2/3 of cases, we will order some more aligners at the finish to get a really perfect result, because we can't predict whether you've been a good wearer or a bad wearer, or something minor may go wrong along the way. So about 2/3 of the time, when we get toward the finish, we'll organise some new aligners to fine-tune the result. If you wear your aligners well and report non-fit of teeth into the aligners or other problems as soon as possible, your treatment will progress as quickly as possible. Changing to new aligners. Change your aligners for new ones just before you go to sleep. That way your aligners settle in overnight and are much more comfortable. Studies have shown that about 70% of the stiffness and the discomfort with aligners will disappear in the first 10 hours. So if you take that 10 hours during a time when you're actually asleep, you'll find that it's much more comfortable. So the best thing to do, change new aligners just before you go to bed at night every 2 weeks. And finally, enjoy your treatment. It is simply the best way out there to get you a great new smile. Aligners are reported in reputable scientific studies to provide about 1/10 the level of discomfort of braces in the first 6 weeks of treatment. And for any of you who have had braces or have had friends with braces on, or children, you will know that they complain quite a deal about discomfort, whereas with Invisalign it's pretty minimal. Further, they don't prevent you from brushing your teeth or eating as you wish, because you take them out for those things. So life is good while your teeth get straighter, as long as you wear your aligners well. If you have any questions, please call us on 3278 1492 and we'll be happy to answer them for you.